Here's a brand new song we called An Old Irish Ballad. I'll tell you a story about Paddy McGuinn. It's hard to know just where to begin. But I think of the village where Paddy came from, and people who lived there and made it their home. Young Paddy, he worked for the farmers around. He slaved for the squire who owned all the town. He worked all day, but he dreamt all night about Mary O'Flaherty, the young man's delight. Now Mary, she lived in a loft by the stream. The poverty trapped her from all of her dreams. She struggled to keep both her parents alive, 'cause her dad hit the bottle each night around 5. And Paddy would wonder as Mary walked by just what she would do if he gave her the eye. Is there ever such beauty, a vision so grand? And what would she say if he asked for her hand? Oh Mary, come marry me now. Come to the chapel and give me your vow. For I'll love you no matter what you may do. I always will love you till my days are through. But he spoke this in silence as Mary passed by, for over the stone wall the squire he spied was waiting for Mary to ask her to be the squire's new bride and a chance to be free. Now Mary, she glanced up at Pat for the nod. Pat chose to agree, it was for her own good. Mary, she answered against her desire. She left the young Paddy and married the squire. Now 20 years later and a lifetime went by, how Paddy he lived and he learnt not to cry. From a heartbroken love that never would mend, he thought the sadness was never to end. But God looked on kindly at Paddy's mistake and blessed him with fortune and all he could take. Riches befell him and kindled his fire. Soon he became a new landlord and squire. Then one rainy day when the harvest was in, came a knock on the door and a voice sounding thin. Dear sir, I was wondering if you could provide some small understanding for a forsaken bride. The lady, she entered and drew back her hood. He wondered who was this, and then understood. Was Mary O'Flaherty the love of his past? Her eyes, they were tearful, her head was downcast. She spoke of her life, lived in sorrow and pain, of how the young squire had squandered their gain, and how he had left her with nothing to live. Could Paddy find room in his heart to forgive? How Paddy he turned to his love one more time. He saw in her moist eyes a love so divine. This time he didn't hold back with his song, and 20 years later he righted a wrong. Oh Mary, come marry me now. Come to the chapel and give me your vow. For I'll love you no matter what you may do. I always will love you till my days are through. Oh Mary, come marry me now. Come to the chapel and give me your vow. For I'll love you no matter what you may do. I always will love you till my days are through.